Hello, everybody! My name is Prince Boss, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, we got caught in Miss Pavlova's cabin like the naughty people we are. We weren't supposed to be in there, but apparently during the emergency stop, that was triggered by Dr. Sholmes. Not Dr. Sholmes, Mr. Sholmes. He's not a doctor. We found out the true reasoning as to what possibly could have happened with the locked room mystery. Now, there's still a lot of things to be up to interpretation, of course. But still, it's still there. We also found out that, well, Miss Pavlova's pet is a young little kitten named Darka. Aw, how cute. Unfortunately, we believe that this kitty had been used in the accidental death of Kazuma. Or so does the real murderer want us to think. Because we also found out that the details of his death don't quite match up to what happened, does it? To one key clue, the writing. He died instantly, according to the post-mortem report. So, if he died instantly, how, pray tell, did he survive to write a letter or a note in Russian? We don't know. And that's what we're trying to find out today, who the true killer is of Kazuma. We're going to be going through one more Dr. Sholmes spectaculars, or whatever they're called. Let's hope that it turns out well for us, because we're still the prime suspect in the eyes of the ship. So, without any further ado, let us get started in 3, 2, 1. This is where we left off last time. Let's get started. So, Miss Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, one of these two persevators. What? Observation. If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can do. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, look at this. Some kind of stain in an unusual place. Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken. Ink. And look at the color, too. It's clear where this came from.
Yes!
Ink stain. Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there.
Yes. I do not know where the dirt came from.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain?
What are you trying to say?
It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. Oh, that voice crack. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what the stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. The purple ink.
Yes!
This is cool. This is like one big tutorial for how to do these investigation missions, and I love it. Yes, it's the photograph, and the ink shows it. That's what caused the stain on your uniform.
Ink.
There we go. A rather unusual color of ink, purple. Ah, the penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. Oh, that was green, that was okay. Whatever. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of the exact same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin, in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled.
Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything.
Wow, that was a quick confession.
I arranged everything in Dead Student's cabin to make it look like Roger Old Man did it.
He knew I was in there?
Then I pressed button to make Burya do emergency stop, and both cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Beef, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Beef, please, you must help me. That's not her voice, I know. I'm tired. I just kind of woke up an hour ago.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you.
The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over and broke his neck when he fell on the floor.
Yes, that is right.
So after the incident, when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor.
She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked, so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. How did you know I was in there?
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened doors to the cabin and looked at...
I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? Yeah. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. Susato still doesn't believe it. I understand, and I believe you. Okay, well now she doesn't believe her, sorry. My bad. Thought I put words in her head. So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? My handcuffs, isn't it? Oh, okay. This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. Okay, and what's wrong with it? The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to be somewhat unnatural. Unnatural? What? Unnatural? I don't see the unnaturality in it. Is it the little dot right there? Or, no, that just must be part of the wood, is it? Right next to that weird 6-looking symbol? Cyrillic symbol? Letter? Whatever.
What do you mean, unnatural?
What are your thoughts on the matter, Miss Naruhodo? Oh, well... Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? His hand? Would it be his hand? I'm gonna go with his hand.
Yes!
It must be here, surely. Allow me to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit of detection, my dear fellow. When noting a crucial point, it can be helpful to help keep your eyes open. They were open. And it can be equally helpful to use them. Sorry, I'll try that again. I think it's plain what Mr. Sholmes means by unnatural, isn't it? The word written in the foreign language underneath his fingertip, surely. That particular crass detail was orchestrated by the culprit. No, I mean to identify another point. Imagine, if you will, losing your footing yourself. Losing your footing yourself. Would you land as the victim has? What of your hands? You look like a sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. That should be an easy task. Why do I? Is it his fist? Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of luck broke his neck. Which particular part of this photograph seems unnatural? Is it his hand? His, clenched fist? Oh, wait, it is his clenched fist. It has to be, right?
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. There we go. Alright, so I got it wrong hand. I thought it would be the drawing hand. But he already explained that he set up the crime scene, which makes sense. I didn't think about that. I didn't notice about the fist. That's true. That's unnatural. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here, we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say. As though he were gripping something. Gripping something? Intriguing.
What do you mean?
Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. I can't get over the voice cracks. I am sorry, Gary. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there? My dear fellow. Mr. Sholmes? Show us, please! Is it a sword? Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense?
Oh! Her earring!
This is what I found. Oh! A crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle. Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. He killed him? For what purpose? Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. She almost got away with it. Wow. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? That is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Turn the camera this way. Right here. She has such petite ears among the beautiful hair. And little pink shells. Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear. Yes, that's an earring. Wait, look! It's a crescent moon! Ah! There can be no doubt now, surely.
Yes!
Found you out, Miss Pavlova. Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well.
What?
And on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova? Mr. Isogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Isogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. Oh, we're getting closer to the truth! But then the question is, why did Mr. Isogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh, no.
Angel?
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Oh boy. Breakdown. Well, I guess that fall was the breakdown. Oh, when I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb aboard this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in his cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Oh, Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darko would not come back. Oh. Long. Is this supposed to be, Kazuma? What are you doing here this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. I bet I'm using the wrong voice. I haven't used his voice in, like, episodes now. The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin. Just a moment. Sorry, but... Whatever, I'm just gonna try my best to do his voice again. Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Look, I forgot his voice. Please give me, some leeway. I haven't used his voice in episodes, a few hours and days, technically. So please, cut me some slack. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he tells no one. I have no other choice. I see. So you've run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull the cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then... Taraka just jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me... I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway.
I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like leaf. She looked at me and said,
"Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Alright, but the real question is, how did he know I was in there?
Yes. I went into cabin and looked around.
Hiccups.
I made sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right, that's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper aside.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged young man's body into a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on the floor.
Sorry. I got a text.
I wrote... so the person who found him would look inside wardrobe to find Stowaway.
And tell me, what did the glass them? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job.
by pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway?
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Boya did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt to the cabin door shut, creating the locked room mystery. I can't speak sometimes, guys. I'm sorry about that, too. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? That's a good question. It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, May I stop you for a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? Are we gonna really continue this? Does Susato not believe her fully? It just doesn't seem to make sense. Was Mr. Sogi really gonna pull the bell cord? I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain. But he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at the moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed within? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in that wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama? Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Miss Naruhodo? Yes. There's one thing I've learned today. It's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. Not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze of where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? No, he was looking at the closet! He was gonna ask me! Oh, that's the only logical explanation. The wardrobe. My wardrobe. I was in there at the time, of course, sleeping soundly. Too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced with the sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up. Then maybe this tragedy would never have happened. He was coming to me. There's only two possible options, really.
Take that!
He was coming to me. Oh, that's so sad! Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more important, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping sound. Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they may be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh, no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. No! This is actually very sad. Miss Pavlova? I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But, unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you will never forget that. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Beria was finally laid to rest. I'm getting shivers right now. Wow! It's 7 p.m. We've been at this all day. I'm shivering. I'm cold. That is... Wow. Okay. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. But what about the fact she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Schultz can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia, then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's an exile for life. I see.
I'm sorry.
Seaman Stroganoff?
I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... Well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. Sorry if you can't hear me do Hosonaga. I've looked back in the past about how differently it sounds. Oh man, this is so sad. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even begun then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together at how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone leaving? Oh, Susato. Susato-san?
Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I hadn't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Oh, this is such a sad case. Like, I feel bad for Miss Pavlova because she was scared. I didn't care about Miss Brett because she killed the dude without any reparations. Oh, my heart.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Susato-san.
He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Oh, it's him. Well, it's close enough to his voice.
Inspector.
My duty was to see Asoki-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now, at the— Huh? Surprise! Not Mr. Naruhodo. What? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny.
Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance.
Honestly, yeah. He did help out quite a bit. We just kind of fixed it. Just a little bit.
I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. Can't speak. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. Was Susato only allowed because he brought her? The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Sogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution here. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Yes.
Miss Susato.
Yes?
Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
Ah!
But you're not a lawyer, Miss Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Miss Naruhodo!
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody can learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if, by the time we reach Great Britain, I hadn't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma, he said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? She smiled at me finally!
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. So, what is up? Bespectacled? What? Bespectacled. What does our bespectacled Inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No. It's madness. Yet fascinating. Wouldn't you agree? Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of the morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next, and how best to make my report.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm gonna try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer?
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all.
Thank you!
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it, always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you, too.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground. 3 times.
Because she threw me to the ground 3 times. What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock.
You just found out about me stowing away.
And the cabin door was locked.
No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times.
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it! Don't even think about it.
No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Miss Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of the ancient jujitsu technique.
Apparently it's called Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. I'll be going. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry.
Hi-ya!
We're the ones!
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh, yes. Arresting indeed. And what is it that you termed the Susato takedown? Is it?
Actually, no. That was the Susato squash.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma? That's right, it's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Rinasuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its water to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do with Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Oh, of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do? I still don't know what that was. But I'm gonna see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Yes, end? End! Wow, what a case. That was an amazing end to a story. Alright. It's very sad that, Kazuma's dead. It's a big sad... Yeah, it's a big sad. Good English, me. It's a big disheartening, knowing that he's gone. And I think I finally got his voice down near the very end. Again. But... Whew! That case nearly made me cry. Honestly, at the very end. Because it was very sad. I wanted to cry. Alright, so... In the next video, we'll do case 3. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. And I guess we're going to be investigating even more. I know you guys probably are getting tired of the investigation stuff, so I'll try my best to work fast through the investigations and make our way to the court. Because we didn't do any court stuff today. Or in the last case at all. It was all investigation. So, next time we'll be doing this next case. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.